Hey guys, I'm not really sure if that countdown even happened all the way. I was actually trying to mess with my mic because it was plugged in as speakers and I wasn't hearing any of the audio. So welcome into the show, guys. Welcome in. 11 of you guys already here. You're amazing. You're rock stars. Monday night, first Monday of the month, every month throughout 2024, we're going to be discussing goals. I'm trying to find a place to put this. We're going to be discussing goals, the goals that we are hitting, the goals that we are trying to hit. Tell me if you guys can't hear me because I did just unplug that mic. So let me scroll down here real quick. Okay, you guys haven't said we can't hear you, so all must be good. Welcome to Monday Night Live. I don't know what to call it. I think of a clever name and then it eludes me. Look at this. Lisa K dropped a $5 super chat before the show started at 6:52. She said, "Coffee on me. Disappointed I can't make it tonight. Duty calls. Knock 'em dead, kiddo." She is such a rock star. I know she's hard at work on some things. So, Lisa, if you're watching this back in the replay, I appreciate you so much. And I will have a coffee with this $5, and I'm really happy for it because y'all know I don't treat myself to coffee. So, Jonathan Durand has a question, guys. So when he watches this back, I would love it if you guys would answer this question. Also, we could get more reseller minds on this, and I will read those responses since he won't be here in the chat. It says, "Hey, I won't be able to make it tonight, but still wanted to ask a question. How would you recommend sourcing with limited time as a student with a thrift store that I can only get about 7 items a week at? If I could only buy 7 items a week, I would need to ensure that those items had a really fast sell-through rate. The last thing you want is 7 items that are going to take 6 months to sell. So I would look at sell-through rate. And Jonathan, if you're not familiar, you need to look up how many are listed versus how many have actually sold in the last 90 days. Those numbers need to be as close to each other as possible. Unless the sell-through is, the sold are tremendously more. You don't want to have 100 listed and 3 sold. I would focus on items with a lower return. Maybe don't go get the electronics right out the bat. Maybe stay away from clothes. Those have a slower sell-through rate. So what are we suggesting that he gets? Jonathan, it needs to be something that you're passionate about, or it's just going to mound up in a death pile that you're not excited about. So limited time, have a plan when you go in. Don't get distracted. Know that, like, for instance, I'm going to go to the shoes. I'm going to go to the jewelry counter. You can make a lot of money at the jewelry counter. I just bought a 14 karat gold ring there, and the pawn shop offered me $50 for it as soon as I left. I think I am going to list it on eBay, but check out the jewelry counter for sure. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to tell Jonathan as well. I'll still be thinking in the back of my head on that. Patricia says, any of your fellow students interested in consigning stuff for you to sell? That's an interesting proposition there. What is up, Chrissy? She's got rainbow hearts. I love that all of the emojis are assigned to family members in my house, and Israel loves rainbows and loves hearts. So his emoji is a rainbow heart. And so when you guys put that in there, I don't see it. I see Israel. So, and I see Dello and I see Drew on the MVP one. What's up, Jen? Desert Sellers is here. Swamp Picker Glenn is here. I'm so glad all of you guys could make it. My dad and my mom are here. Hello. Christy, Texas Mom's Closet, working hard. I'm sure she's probably listing or so. She's just been working really hard. She's hard at it today. I saw she had like 40 items listed today or something. Matt from South Carolina is here. Hello. Mimi's Treasures. I'm so glad that all of you guys are here. What'd you say? Holy cow, you are in the 31K range already. I was hoping to be at 32 by this live, but we're a few hundred off. So send your friends. Send this live to like 600 of your closest friends, guys. I won't be mad about it. Oh, Jonathan says, how many items do you recommend listing per day? As many as you can. Honestly, I don't think that number is the same for everybody. If you want consistent listing every day, at least 5 items a day, 3 to 5 items. That's what I say minimum. If you can, realistically, like I was talking about in one of my recent videos, if reselling on eBay is the only way you're making money, you better be spending 8 hours a day on it. You know what I mean? If you don't manage your time, someone else will do it for you, and you can ask them when to take a bathroom break. You know what I mean? Jonathan, you're in college, so I'm sure your schedule is not as relaxed as some people's, but being in college, you might not have also some of the responsibilities other people have. So I'm going to say as many as you can, 3 to 5 a day. yeah, you should be able to do that. If this is the only thing, that you're doing for cash right now, you got this. Jonathan, I think that you might have commented, my son is 17-year-old reseller and he resells on Whatnot a lot. I don't know if you've considered Whatnot, because if time management is an issue, you can, amass 100 items, go on Whatnot one night and list, you don't list, but you showcase all of those items. You might sell 25, 40, 50 of them. You might sell all of your items depending on what they are in one night. Thank you, Chrissy. What a sweetheart. Dolphin, hello. Dolphin, I keep being in Whatnots and you pop in, but you always pop in with a bunch of people. And I'm like, hey, Dolphin. And then I don't think you see me before you're gone. Oh, well, thanks so much. Ant on the go-go. What is up, Maggie? How's it going? Accidental Time Traveler is here, you guys. Mama Beth is here. Buck Mountain Barn is here. Hello. Let's see here. Oh, Susan says, hi, y'all. Boy, I'm trying to change my stores. Sale just ain't happening. I've heard some people having a little bit of struggles, a little bit of trouble over on eBay. Definitely always recommend ending those listings and relisting, not relist, but sell similar, I should say. But tell me if you guys are seeing different things that work. Everything works differently for different folks. What's up, Mary the Merchants Garcia? How are you doing? Mary, you looked gorgeous on your Whatnot the other night. I just loved everything, but your chat was flying, and I don't even know if you saw all my compliments. I'm so excited to hear how everyone's conquering their goals. That is what we're talking about tonight. That's the name of the game, the name of the show. We're going to be talking about the January goals that we set the first Monday of January. We talked about what our goals are. I remember what quite a few of you guys had as goals. So I'm going to be checking in and asking you. And I have brought my notebook that I wrote down all of my goals in, and we're going to be going through those. One of the key tips that I had was get some pretty stationery to write your goals down in. That way you're excited about them. And I've been loving this one. Mom Boss Hustle, what is up? How's it going? Oh, let's see here. Kim Spencer is here. You guys are just awesome for being here. Thanks for being here, James. If I miss anyone, I apologize. Or if I miss a question or anything, just post it back in there. I don't mind. You're not spamming the chat. Sometimes I just look over things. Are you starting your lives again? Well, Gil, I'm going to be doing them the first Monday of every month throughout all of 2024. Ginger Marvin is here. Ginger, Kathy, I saw that you guys just posted a video. You were going to give it to your kids, but then you looked up the comps, and I'm like, ooh, I need to see what this is. But I got the notification shortly before I went live, so I haven't seen it yet. Rachel, good evening. Do you recommend free shipping, marking up the price of the product to offset the shipping? If you were to mark up the price, you're basically at a flat rate shipping, because you could only mark it up if you know this is going to cost $5, if you know this is going to cost $8. So if you're in an area that you can do that, it's honestly possible to do that. Folks that are in the far part of New England or in South Florida or in Washington, they may not be able to do that. Mary has a lot of luck with it, though. The Merchants Garcia, she's in Washington and she does the same thing. Here's the deal. If you offer free shipping and you just calculate it in there, then when buyers filter by free shipping, which we know a lot of buyers do because they're used to Amazon's model, they're used to Temu, they're used to Wish, everyone has free shipping. So if they filter by free shipping, your item will still be there. So if you have a $10 item with $5 shipping, it's not going to be there. But if you have a $15 item with free shipping, you don't get eliminated from those search results. If calculated shipping is important to you, and it is to many people, because you just don't know, is it going to cost you $10? It's going to cost you $27. And I've seen people in South Florida have that big of a variance. I wouldn't recommend it. But, it may be something to try out with some smalls, Michael. It may be something that any item that you have that's $5 or less, you want to try out. My son, Dello, sells a lot of valve stem caps. He sells car coasters, and he offers those a lot of times with free shipping because, not to just directly undercut the competition, but honestly, you can. You are undercutting the competition there. So yeah, it's something to look into for sure. Jody is here, Marketplace Boutique. Hello. Hey, April Davis. How's it going? Any new categories to source this year? New categories that I'm sourcing. I'm selling off a lot of my older stuff. I haven't come across anything that's brand new to me, and I've only been reselling for like 8 years. Nothing yet that's brand new, but you guys let me know if you have found some new categories. Walter Avalier? Avlar. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry, Walter. What's up? New Jersey in the house. Let's see here. Oh, you were watching football. Hi, Rachel. Are you doing this live every week, every Monday? Every Monday. The first Monday of every month. Yeah. We actually recorded that video weeks ago, so I have to watch it to see what item it was we were talking about. I know that's how it is. Sometimes you have like such a backlog of videos. Pink Vintage Market, hello. I'm glad that you caught us live too. Washington State and do free shipping. Yep, hasn't hurt her yet. And actually, Mary, you just switched to that business model, right? And it increased your sales. Is that right? Starting up my Whatnot shows again on February 11th. Come hang out. Love all your support, Rachel. I feel more relaxed when you're just hanging out with me. Aw, I love it. I always say that, even if you're not going to buy anything, because like I don't always need something from one of my friends who's having a Whatnot, but I want to be there if I can. So sometimes I'll put you guys on while I'm doing my makeup or something, instead of watching like a TV or show or something, I'll just have my friends on Whatnot just to chit chat. It does take a little longer that way because I get really distracted. Just have to remember sold comps are sold comps, including shipping. So if people are paying $40 plus $69 shipping, your list price is $109. Very true. They will pay what they will pay. What is up? Biscuit Butt is in the house, you guys, and Marilyn from Arkansas. Yeah, Christy says the same thing, 90% calculated shipping unless I think it fits in a padded flat rate, and I do that for the other 10%. Nice. Thank you, Chrissy. Colin's on the move. You guys drop in links tonight. Be sure that you are subscribed to Chrissy. I appreciate you so much. Coco is in the house also. Coco and Chewy. Go to your calendar. I'm almost caught up, guys. And mark the first Monday of the month for Rachel's Live. That's what I did. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Marilyn. I'm hoping that the video will take off and do something, but it's a little slow grow now. And I get it. It's not necessarily what every reseller wants to see, but I love beauty and fashion and I want to make those videos. My audience is majority women anyway. So why not? Like, why not give you guys, something outside of the sold comps every once in a while? Leanne is here. Lala's Fancy One says, "Hey Rachel in chat, enjoyed watching one of your videos earlier that popped up when I was looking for ways to clean white leather purses." Oh gosh, that's an old one. So you're like, that was that the Gucci leather wallet when I use like a magic eraser on vintage Gucci? I would still do that again. Just condition it afterwards. I don't have a big following. What is the best way to break into Whatnot? It's probably better if you don't have a big following because no one comes with their own anticipations about you. And they trust whatever price you put out there. Honestly, I don't think a following necessarily translates unless you have hundreds of thousands of people. And there's very few that do. So as far as resellers, I could count on less than one hand. I could count on a few fingers the number of resellers that I think their following actually grew their Whatnot. Bring good products at good prices and have consistent sales. And I mean, have a sale every week. I told you guys that I was going to have 2 Whatnots throughout the month of January, and I did. I did. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, guys. Bike contest is here. Hello. Oh, Matt says, to keep my time waste down, I jump in the streams of my favorite Whatnot sellers, just check the catalog and jump out if I don't want anything. That's a good idea too. That's a good idea. I never have my stuff listed. Yes, follow others, find your niche. Like you're not gonna go wrong. Trust me, you do not need a following. I feel like that's the biggest misconception. I should make a video. Do I need a following to sell on Whatnot? And the answer is no. Spoiler alert for the 67 of you guys that are here to hear it. Judy, what's up? Yeah, be annoying in the chat. People like that. Everyone loves a conversation. Adam Baldy Palace here. So guys, I wrote down some of my goals last month in here that I have like annual goals. And then let's see if I accomplish any of the annual goals yet. Just to give you guys a little, I guess, a refresher, I guess, from last week or last month, what we talked about. I wrote down my 2023 year in review. I wrote down what my biggest accomplishments were, and then I wrote down what my best memories were. So a lot of my biggest accomplishments surrounded physical goals I had, and then some business goals that I had, and then there were some spiritual goals and even household goals that I had. Inviting you guys and challenging you to be as multifaceted as you truly are. Don't make every one of your goals about reselling. You're a reseller. That's not all you are. You're a mom or a dad or a brother or an aunt or in my case a runner. One of reading certain books out of the Bible may be like a goal for you. Hitting certain targets on social media may be a goal for you. What's up, Gina? How's it going? And then my best memories I wrote down, it was all time with my family. Building Lego, that was one of mine. Spending time in Florida with my mom and dad, going to Utah with the family, spending Halloween dressed up with the family, painting with Dello. Literally everything was just time with my family. So I know to make the best memories in 2024, what do I need to integrate? As much time as possible with my family. Learn to say no and use it as a complete sentence. Does that make sense? Because I'm that person that will say yes to everything and spread yourself so thin you're not really anywhere. Like if you're spreading any type of substance on bread and you spread it so thin that it doesn't even taste like it's there. You're spread so thin that you may as well not even be there. So like today my husband and I volunteered at my son's school and we set up the book fair. Well, they needed help tonight too. And then I also had this show and I thought, well, if we come home and then we go to the book fair and then I volunteer there and then I skate in just enough time to jump on this live show, when do I make dinner for my family? When do I sit down and look through Israel's Red Folder and see the work that he did today? When do I sat down and played blackjack with Dello today? When do I do all those things? If I say yes to everything else everyone wants today, when do I have time for that? I make sure that I'm home at 11 o'clock every day to make my oldest son lunch. Not because he's incapable, because I love to serve my family like that. I'm old fashioned when it comes to those type of gender roles, I guess. And as mom in the family, I love to serve my children and my husband. So that's important to me. So no can be a complete sentence. Don't feel like it can't be, especially if your goals like mine line up with spending more time with your family. It's going to have to be a complete sentence. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. You guys are quiet. I hope you agree with that. I hope you guys also agree. No is a complete sentence. So let's see my goals in 2024 on Instagram, because I broke this down into different areas. I said 50,000 followers. Well, I'm not there. I'm at like 13.6. Do that too, but as a dad, yes. Yeah, it's just so important to be, your kids are only kids once. And then I wrote down, I want this year to monetize my Instagram in some capacity, making money on Instagram. And it's interesting because this month I feel like I already accomplished that. And those of you in the chat, a lot of you guys did the same thing. You may not have thought of it this way. So last month we talked about how Vindu was offering if you posted on Instagram about Vindu every single day in the month of January with a hashtag sell more with Vindu, then they were going to give you a free year of Vindu at any subscription level. And it ended up, it didn't even have to be the subscription level that you were currently subscribed on. So I know like Christy, Texas Mom's Closet did it. Collins on the Move did it. The Merchants did it. I did it. I think Coco did it too. Several of you guys did it. So if you could get like $100 Vindu plan for the next 11 months, you just monetized your Instagram throughout the month of January. You got an $1,100 service. That's like a sponsorship in kind, pretty much. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Chrissy says I got one MVP. Yeah, happy picker. Lori got it. So many of us were able to monetize our Instagram in that capacity. You might not think of it that way because someone wasn't cutting you a paycheck, but I think that's awesome. I got mine. Christy says she got hers. Like, throw it up in the chat, guys. I had somebody ask me on one of my last posts, do you work for Vindu now? Mary just said it. Totally worth spamming my friends. It is, honestly. It was $1,100 value that was just there for anyone that was willing to post about it. Yeah, it was worth spamming. And as somebody said, thanks for hanging out and not unfollowing, or for those of you that didn't unfollow. But if you go into Instagram now and you type in hashtag sell more with Vindu, you can see everyone that participated. It was like thousands of people. My goals were to list 2 times a day what I sold the day before and to do the Vindu daily post. I met my goals for January. Okay, let's do it Legally Blonde style. Snaps for Christy. That's as loud as I can snap. That's good. You should have done, Judy, you didn't do it. It was a lot. Like it was a lot. And there were days when I was like, oh no, I don't have a picture. What am I going to post? I feel like by like the 12th, we all ran out of stuff to post. Like, I'm not going to lie. We were struggling, but also I'm going to say, what other company does that? What other company for resellers is going to say, if you brag about us, if you share something about us every day for a month, we're going to waive all your fees for an entire year? And they did for hundreds of people. Who else does that? It was like 263 people, I think, that ended up doing, like, completing it. Hey, I see the snap. So you guys are awesome. Yeah. Who else does that? I don't know. I've never seen another company, but you guys can let me know if you know of one. Okay. My goals for 2024 in YouTube, for this whole year, 100,000 subscribers. Now listen, it is a good marketing strategy. It is 285 people. That's crazy. Thank you, Tina. So Social Blade is a website that kind of it'll give YouTubers projections about where they think that you'll be in 6 months and 2 months and 5 years. And they're always they're not very generous. They're always off on a lot of things. And they even Social Blade says that if I continue growing the way my channel has been growing, I will reach 100,000 subscribers this year. So believe what you want. I'm going to believe at that. I'm going to keep pushing forward for that. And monthly lives, this is the second month that I have committed to and completed the Monday monthly live. And merch, guys. I have one of the coolest pieces of merch I've ever worked on coming available this month, the month of February. If you follow me on my Instagram, you're going to know about it first, probably there. And then I'll probably immediately I'll do a short video because it's something that kind of has to be explained a little bit. But I promise you, it's the coolest piece of merch, and I hope that you're going to love it. So I have been working on merch. You will absolutely get there. Thank you. I stalled out on my YouTube. I do most of my stuff on Instagram. Yeah, it's hard. Like sometimes I find myself spending a lot of time on Instagram and I'm like, it's a lot. Guys, Mary knows what the merch is. It is that, Mary. And my mom and dad know what it is. And I think those are like the only people that know what it is. It's pretty cool. It's not a t-shirt. It's way cooler than that. It's something I haven't seen anyone else come out with. So I hope that you guys will like it. It's pretty personal too, but I have been working on it. I was going to say something and now I forgot what it was. That I'm on TikTok now. TikTok emailed me and asked me to come to TikTok. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to monetize my Instagram. TikTok's kind of similar and they offered monetization over there. So I joined TikTok. Full transparency, I've been on there for less than a week and I've made $10. That's cool. That's lunch, right? Almost fast food. Not quite. I can almost buy an Impossible Whopper for that. Yeah, my mom's like, it's fantastic merch. Here was watching George Picker premiere. How was it? Georgia Picker? How was that? Brandon had a premiere. I bet it was awesome. Yeah, $10. Isn't that cool? That's cool. I'm proud of that $10. Like every dollar, I'm like, oh, that's more groceries because groceries ain't cheap, you guys. Okay. So I wrote down certain brands that I want to have sponsorship or affiliate by in 2024. And obviously my relationship with Vindu, I hope goes nowhere. I love my relationship I have with Vindu, but a company I have been trying so hard to court. You guys, if you've been with the channel for any amount of time, you know how many videos I put out where I would say this video is not sponsored by whatnot, but I wish it was. The only reason it's not is because they won't return my emails. And kind of kidding. I have a good relationship with a lot of people over at whatnot. And I just released my first video sponsored by them. Like I've been a whatnot affiliate for a while and an ambassador with whatnot, but for them to actually believe in my channel and believe in me to sponsor a video, like they were on this list for 2024. So I'm just like, it happened in January. Like write your goals down, please. Yes, I was so excited about it. So I used to make some money on Instagram, but yes, they stopped paying that Reels Creator Fund. I was enjoying that too, Christy. I wonder if they'll ever bring it back. So I have a couple other companies here that I want to pursue in 2024. And now I'm just like checking. 2 of them are checked off here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 other companies that that I already work with or I think just fit for the channel. And I had some cool relationships come up in January for sponsorships. So yeah, I'm excited about that. You guys feel free to be chiming in. Christy, Texas Mom's Closet, already was talking about her goals. Time in anytime. There you go. Baldy Pal's got one. 2020 Chevy Tahoe by September. I love that you are so specific. You didn't say a new car this year. You said this vehicle by September. You put a deadline on it. I feel like the deadline is so massively important to setting your goals. Vindu ended my relationship, but I still have a referral account. Goal is a new sponsor for 2024 or additional sponsor, you know? Yes, that's awesome, Jen. I love it. If you have no clue, I definitely don't marry. What was it? What was it Mary has no clue about? Oh, about I have no clue how to make money on Instagram. Well, if your account is large enough, then brands could approach you and say, we will offer you X amount of dollars or product if you will make post about us. So I mean that's huge. If your account is large enough, then when you go to companies to get affiliate deals and they want to know, well, what is your social reach? You can show them an Instagram that has 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 people. They're going to want to work with you. You understand what I mean? Like not necessarily Meta themselves paying you, which would be great. But if you you say you block those emails. Well, I mean, not all of them are legit. A lot of them are not legit. If they're like, hey, come be an ambassador for our jewelry company and email us back at this other Instagram. Like, I could do a whole show just on how to watch out for like scammy sponsor email notifications on Instagram. I have a goal of getting to 3,000 Instagram subs, and I'm about 12 away. Guys, if you're not following Texas Mom's Closet over on Instagram, she's 12 away. She has a goal right now, and she's 12 away. And there's 65 people in here. And the chances that 12 of you might not be following this fantastic woman, she's putting more of her attention over there than she is on YouTube. You should be following her. I look at them first, but none has ever been worth it. Well, Mary, I just know someone's going to court you one day, and it's going to be worth it. Okay. My eBay goals this year, I had less than 1,000 item store. And then we're still talking about yearly goals that I just happened to hit this month. Less than 1,000 item store. And I think I wrote that down as an actual goal for the month also. I have taken so many items off my eBay, sold some on Whatnot. Dello keeps adding items onto my eBay. So it's so hard to know. Let me see how many active items I'm currently at. But he has probably added 100 items this past month. Let's see. I have 1,164. So I'm probably still like 64 over. So I need to write that down then as a February goal to get under that 1,000. Let me write it down real quick before I forget it. Because that's something that's a January goal I don't think I hit. Maybe I should just review with you guys my January goals. February. You have an extra day this year in February too, so you better get it done. Under 1,000 items, eBay. Hey, Rachel and everyone, dropping packages off at the post office, but listening. What is up? Derek and Jasmine, you guys, the ATL Flippers, another great channel here on YouTube to follow. I had a goal to get YouTube running, but Vindu stole the show. Yeah, that was a lot. Oh, Will Crawford is here, you guys. Reseller Madness. Oh, man, all the cool people are here. All right, let's see. Mary, we got to do the walking before we do the run. Oh, buy contest followed. Texas Mom's Closet. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Yeah, Coco, you might fall asleep on us, huh? Let's review specifically January, guys. Chime in anytime with goals you had in January. I know, I'm trying to think. Well, I don't see I buy Chit in here yet, but he had a goal to have his first Whatnot. And unless I missed it, I want to check in on that. I'm trying to think of what other goals specifically people said that they had this month. But you guys wrote them down, right? I know Chrissy had some goals. Chrissy had a goal to make at least one YouTube short, and she did that. She uploaded that, and she said I posted one short on YouTube. She had goals about cleaning out her office also, and she's been working on that nonstop. So my January goals: declutter and redecorate office. I did declutter in here. I cleaned out the entire closet. It looks a lot better over here than it did. I didn't get it 100% finished. and I absolutely did not redecorate it. So declutter, I got that part. Redecorate, I'm going to circle the ones that I need to move over to February. Okay. I kind of feel bad about not redecorating in here yet, but I guess it wasn't a priority, but it should have been if I wrote it down on my goals. Okay. The second goal, what not goals? Work my way up to 2 shows per week. And I did that last week. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Mary's already got 4 shows booked for this month, and they're all Barbie shows. You're the merchants over on Whatnot, right? All good, all good. In January, I did the listing, double what I sold the day before. Oh, and did you do it? Did you complete it? Okay, guys, my second goal in January was my ultra marathon training plan. So I'm training for a 24-hour run, in which I ran it last year like untrained and got 50 miles. And this year I wanted to run it and get 100 miles. So I've been training and I had some hurdles. So apparently when we went snowboarding in Utah, the last fall that I had where I smacked my knee, jammed my hip into the socket. So I've been at the chiropractor. I guess I've been probably 5 times now for him to try to correct that. And he was telling me not to run, to swim instead. And that has not come natural to me. Running doesn't really come natural. I work really hard at it, which is kind of why it's heartbreaking to not be able to run right now, because like I was saying on my Instagram story, and I'll tell you guys, I'm not a fast runner. That's not natural to me. And I'm not even naturally an endurance runner. I have to work really, really hard. So when something that's totally out of my control sidelines me, like that's a major bummer. So I started swimming, and I swam to replicate my 18-mile run that I had. I swam for 2.5 hours, and I'm not talking about like doggy paddling in the pool. I'm talking about full on laps with a swim cap, for 2.5 hours. I worked so hard. And I went back to the chiropractor last week and I said, can I run this weekend, my long run? He said, how far is your long run? 20 miles. He's like, I hate to think that you're going to go do 20 miles like right out the gate. You haven't ran in 2 weeks. And Saturday I ran the 20 miles and I had walking intervals in there as well. Well, yesterday I needed to run 8 miles, and guys, it was all I could do to walk on the treadmill at 3 miles an hour. So 3 on the treadmill, and I had to hang on to the sides. And I tried to run a little bit and I was like, this is not working. So this morning when I woke up was even worse. And I feel like it's not even my hip so much now as my knee. It feels completely twisted. And I went to the chiropractor. He said, yeah, your hips are out of alignment again. It's just really hard because if you know a runner, if you are a runner, if you've ever been a runner, the hardest thing for a runner to say is I'm injured. It's just like impossible. You're never injured. You're just like, oh, not running this week or sidelined or something. But I went to him today and I was like, I don't know what I'm training for at this point. If I'm basically putting a Band-Aid on it all week for the long run and then trashing my leg again during the long run and then putting a Band-Aid on it the rest of the week and then trashing it on the weekend. So I have this week would be 24 miles. I can't imagine right now running 24 miles. I don't want to walk upstairs after this live. My knee hurts. Busy girl gets it then. Loved running. So I was like, what am I doing? I have 24, 12, and then it's peak week. Then it's 30. And if you can't toe the start line of a 100-mile race, 100%, if you're not feeling 100%, if you even have a blister, if you have anything that is going to like, you need to be 100% at the start line. And I don't know how to get to 100% in a matter of 2 weeks at this point. The race isn't until March 15th, but so last night I talked to my husband about it because he's an ultra marathoner as well. And I'm like, if anyone gets this, you do. Because if I call my mom and dad, they're going to say, stop running because they're not runners. If I ask my friend Amber, she's going to want to, she's a runner too. So she would probably get it. But like, I don't know. I feel like he would really understand. So he said, Rachel, this isn't the only 24-hour race this year. And this isn't the only attempt that you could have even this year, let alone ever, to do 100 miles. So you realize that I'm like stumbling and stammering around saying this. You guys are knowing this before anyone on Instagram even. And that's where I've been talking about it so much. I'm postponing running 100 miles in 24 hours. Well, I'm postponing running 100 miles. At this point, myself and the chiropractor both agree that what I should be doing is rehabbing my leg and not training. That's a lot. That's a long way around saying that I'm not going to run this race. And I've never started training for a race that I didn't run. My first ultra marathon was a 60K, and I was on crutches 2 weeks before the race, and I ran that race. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You do have to take care of yourself. Do what's best for your health. I know it's such a bummer. There's no way around it. And if there was a way around it, like it didn't hurt during the 20 on Saturday, but the next day was so bad. Um, yeah. That'd be great. Yeah, busy girl. I'll take any advice anyone wants to give me. I know there's people that know more than I do, so message me on Instagram. It's Rachel Strickland official over there. So, did I hit my goal to train throughout the month of January? Yeah, because here we are in February, and I'm busting my butt, you guys. I really have been. When I was swimming laps, I was thinking like, suck it up, Buttercup. Like, be so good they can't ignore you. You know, it was really hard, but like, just do it. So, thank you, John. I know. I really feel like that's what I should be doing right now. And there could be lots of reasons why. I know that at the end of the day, if I had ran 100 miles, I would be like, God gets all the glory for this. Like, He got me to this. And, I would give God glory if I had got to the finish line and ran 100 miles at the race. So who in the world would I be to not give Him glory now? So I'm going to give God glory and trust that He knows better than I do. And He took me out of this for a reason. So Mary says, I don't have to list as much. Yeah, and honestly, I've been training for a race in some capacity since June. In June, I started training for a half that was in September. As soon as we ran the half, we started training for a full marathon that was in December, and then immediately started training for this 100 miles. So I don't really remember the last weekend that I didn't have a long run. So yeah, I'm just gonna trust God and I'll give Him the glory here because His ways are not my ways and He's so much smarter than me. Yeah. Sending out distant healing. Thank you. Thank you. Now you have a year to train for it. No, I'll definitely pick one this year, Mary. I won't wait until this race next year. I can't. It'll still happen in 2024. So this annual goal will still happen. I just have to get my leg to 100% first. I don't have Instagram. Do you have an email? No, I mean, if it's any link that you could share, like even commenting on a video or something, maybe I could like copy and paste a link or something. Or you could post it here and at least I will see it. I don't know if a mod can approve it, that's fine. I'm proud of you for choosing your health and listening to your body as hard as it was to make that decision. You got this, and I'm proud of you. Thank you. Yeah, I told the chiropractor, I was like, it's really, really difficult to say something like this. He's like, I know I work with a lot of runners and you guys are really stubborn people. TGBTG. Maybe that's too good to, I don't know. Too good. I don't know. Um, Mary, she still swim. Yeah, I probably will still swim while I'm rehabbing my leg just to keep cardio up. Y'all know I cannot work out. I second that. You now have longer time to train for next year. But this year, there is a lesson opportunity in every setback. Yeah. I just saw a quote that I don't know who it was by, but it was on my presence, and it said, when it hurts, listen. Life is trying to teach you something. And I was like, actually looked over and saw that while TMI, I was trying to put my pants on one leg at a time. And I can't balance on my right leg right now because it hurts too much. And I looked over there and saw that it says, when it hurts, listen, life is trying to teach you something. I was like, okay, well, I'll listen. There's a lesson and opportunity. Yep. Oh, I will still hold up my end of the bargain. So I'm going to count that as a win, an ultramarathon training plan in the month of January. January goals was 32,000 subs. And guys, I need you to pull up with 600 of your closest friends because we're 600 shy of that. But I feel like that's pretty close. That's definitely good. The channel grew quite a bit throughout the month of January, and I'm very pleased with that. You did say saying no was one of your goals. I know, and this one's you're right, Mary. And I talked to Drew about it and I was like, is it a pride thing? I think it's pride. And Drew had two failed attempts, two races that he did not finish, DNF. on the road to him doing 100 miles. And I told him, I was like, you are so strong for that. I don't know if I would be able to pick myself up twice and still pursue the goal like that. So it's very humbling. And of course, he learned a lot. And I feel like I'll just learn a lot, right? Yeah, for sure, busy girl. That would be awesome. Yes, I'd love anything like that. Pat Dees is here, the traveling picker. Pat Dees, I see you on Whatnot all the time. Are you having great success over there? I love to see your stuff over there. I had to tag you the other day when the guy was wearing your shirt. Okay, so I wrote down eBay listings less than 100 or less than 1,000. I missed that by like 64, it sounds like. 2 Whatnot shows in the month of January, and I did that. And guys, the second one was on the 31st. I was like, wait, oh my gosh, it's the last day of January. Well, it was like the 30th. I was like, it's the next to last day. Tomorrow's the last day. What do I need to do that I haven't done in the month of January? I only had one Whatnot, and it wasn't a successful Whatnot. So I did kids meal toys last week, and it was great success. We sold kids meal toys, was it like 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think, nonstop sales of kids meal toys. And it I didn't even end the show because people stopped buying. I ended the show because I was very tired. I like to do long Whatnot shows. What's the longest Whatnot show any of you guys have done? I bet you guys are in like 12 hours or something. Yeah. All right. And then the Vendu challenge, and I checked that one off. So what did I not accomplish? I didn't redecorate my office. Um, I'm 600 subs shy of 32 and 64 listings shy of 1,000 listings. All right. That's pretty good. So how did you guys do? I don't know. I'm trying to reconcile not hitting all of those goals. Cool, I'm on my phone right now and it's much easier. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all. Cat Dad Terry is here. What's up? Hey, vintage Vanya. Am I pronouncing that right? Hello. I gotta grab a drink real quick, guys. Mm. eBay listing. I need 275 listings by the end of quarter 1 to hit how many you want. You're trying to increase your listings in your store. Okay. I'm trying to decrease mine, guys. Let me know. Say increase or decrease. Are you trying to get more listings or fewer listings in your eBay right now? Okay. Another thing that I want to touch on tonight, and I don't know like the best way to say this, so I'm just gonna say how I feel about it, to be honest with you guys. And we'll set February goals here in a minute. Um, live on the road. Is that one of your goals? I'm going live. Oh, live on the road. I'm going live tomorrow on my birthday. Happy early birthday, Pat D's. Wait, Gina says, darn it. Can't find my charger. Okay, just in case my phone dies, I'm going to say goodnight now. Take care, everyone, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Gina. I really appreciate you. 1,000 listings. So you're growing to 1,000 listings. Is that right? Gotcha. I'm trying to decrease my death pile. Gotcha. Trying to sell my whole store. I always tell people that. I'm like, I hope you sell everything in your store. Wouldn't that be amazing? What if today you only sold what you listed yesterday? How many of us wouldn't sell anything? I want to keep mine around 500. I'd like to be like, I think over 750. I don't know, maybe 750. Maybe that's my magic number. I think 500 is the minimum I would ever want to do. I have been concentrating, more and more on things that I could bring to Whatnot, but I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. I have a video. That's my next video. Is coming out about how I, for some reason, feel like people think that they need to pick one or the other. I won't spoil what the video is about. I did want to say though, and I saw like kind of a reoccurring theme on social media throughout the month of January in regard to goals. And I think somehow, I don't know if this is an attempt for everyone to want to feel special in some way or different in some way, but the idea that anyone wakes up every single day motivated, anyone, not even one person in the world, wakes up motivated every day or never gets distracted or, I don't know, has like a clear path in mind. Nobody is like that. And I just see so much, I see so many things going on where people are like, this causes me to be distracted. And I've always said, and hopefully you guys hear me on this, that when you blame something else, I'm distracted because I have an attention, like the attention problem is me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Um, I can't blame it on something else. If I'm gonna blame it on something else, then I'm giving my power away. I can easily say, Rachel, turn off your cell phone and work on the computer. Or I can say, possibly that I should log out of Instagram and do an hour's worth of work because um, because when I edited a video with Dello the other day, it took an hour and a half. And sometimes my videos, they take far longer, but I think how many times while I'm editing a video do I pick up my phone and I start, you know what I mean? Like, I hope you guys are hearing me on this. Nobody is so special that they wake up every day motivated and wake up every single day not distracted and do exactly, and no one is so special that there's something magical that's making them not feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing magical that's distracting you. Patricia says $20 profit minimum is, so that is the goal for 2024. I saw you say something about $20 profit earlier, Patricia. That is the goal. So you're not picking stuff up unless it's at least $20 profit. What is up, Christopher? I was talking about you earlier. I wanted to check in and see where are you at on having that Whatnot show. I know you're super busy right now, but I had to check in because you mentioned it in our January live. Oh, she says only listings with $20 profit and increase total listings number by 50%. That's awesome. Only listings with $20 profit. Like such a good use of your time. Goal 1, getting my death pile down so I can source this spring and yard sale season. I love that you are not rewarding yourself with it. You see that it's not necessary to buy more stuff until you get this pile down. Like, why would I bring in more things? Mama with the camera, Lori is here. Hi, Lori. How's it going? I don't mind a $2 profit if I sell 50 items in an hour. Yeah, it's totally different over there. It's totally different. Not the same that you would want to, not the same way you'd want to list on eBay. Amen about giving power away. Yeah. Clarity is absolutely necessary. Set timers, get body doubles, race yourself to beat the timer. And even like with my son, Israel, when he has to fold the towels, that's one of his chores. If towels come out of the dryer, he folds them. He'll sit there for 4 hours looking at those towels, unless I say, Israel, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. I bet you can get them done in 10 minutes. 10 minutes every time. I'm like, and you would have sat there for 4 hours doing that. Or he'll sit there for, 3 or 4 hours doing something. And I'm like, let's just set a timer and see how fast we can do it. And it's done. I gave too much of my power away to screen time last year. Yeah. I use a timer and do a listing in 40-minute blocks with a 15-minute social break. That's nice. Knowing that you have that reward coming. Yeah, that's good discipline. I have hired Brad to take pics. He is doing great and has been a big help for me. So, Chrissy, I hired Dello to do pictures for me once, and I can't remember now. What was I giving him, like 25 or 50 cents a listing or something like that? You'll have to tell me, like, what is your setup for that? Brad is totally missing. Yeah, he's the missing piece you needed. I was aiming to sell down to 500 listings, actually made it to 430s. A few trips to the thrift store took me down to just under 90. My store feels empty, ready for a fresh start. Wow. You're under 90 right now? That's crazy. Like, Will, I knew you were downsizing your stuff and you kind of fell off the globe for January. You're under 90 listings. Or you gave away 90. I need to know. I need all the details. Yes, the timer system. I agree wholeheartedly. We have Google speakers everywhere, and I'll tell Google to set a timer for such and such. And one thing I like to do, this is kind of like a play on the timer system and also on Mary's body double. 4 people live in our house. Like, I can't clean up after everyone. Drew can't clean up after everyone, but together we can all clean up after everyone. And the way I see it, I could clean for 2 hours, or the 4 of us could clean for 30 minutes. And that is equivalent. Okay, if I only have 30 minutes, if you run out of your time, use someone else's, right? So if that's 30 minutes 4 times, because that's 4 times as much work. So I'll say, okay, everyone get in here, Saturday or Sunday or whenever. And we set the timer, we turn on good music, and everyone cleans for 30 minutes. And it's the equivalent as if I cleaned for 2 hours. And then to help, I will make a list, and the kids can see, okay, pick up all the shoes out of the living room floor. They check that off. Make sure the dining room chairs are wiped down. Check that off. Clean the windows or clean the glass. So they're not constantly on you. Where do I put this? What do I do next? What? There's a list. And we set the timer for 30 minutes. And at the end of 30 minutes, okay, let's go. We're done. And it just, I don't know, it works here. I challenge you to try that. I heard Cupid stopped by Mary's after Cupid left Chrissy's house. Oh, really? Wait. So what's your goal for 2024? Yes, I'd like to know too. 3 people living here, we can all chip in. The power of putting on energetic music while everyone cleans for 30 minutes. It does. It works. It's just fun. Or we'll play, there's this game on Google, like the Google speaker will play it. It doesn't require you to look at it. You don't have to do anything with your hands. And it's like name that tune. Sorry, I think I glitched out there for a minute. It's name that tune, and you can do like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and you can play that while you're cleaning. It's so fun. Your goal is to do a better job showing rather than telling. Stay tuned. Okay. I'm interested. Your boys clean the bathroom. Yeah. Oh, they do the bathroom. Dello does the dishwasher every morning. He unloads it. Every night he is the one to put the last item in and make sure that it's started. Outside of like the stuff that I asked them to do, they have to clean the whole bathroom. They do their laundry, fold and put away the towels. I try to give them good chores. That they're not just freeloaders around here. My goal for 2024. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that. What is up? The Artful Journey is here, you guys. Hey, y'all. Happy February, and spring is on its way. I use timers and checklists for my chores. It is. It's super helpful. Yeah. I don't know what I would do without a timer. Oh, let's see here. We love that game, but it went away. We were playing it like maybe it was last summer or something, and I feel like they announced that something was going to change on it or something. There's also one that's like a Riddle Master game. I don't know if you've played that, Matt. It's kind of weird though. Or we'll ask Google like, what does a certain animal sound like? Or I don't know. I enjoy that device probably too much, and I'm always asking it, where's my phone? We added another chore to each of the kids this year. It's so helpful when everyone pitches in. It is like it takes a village to run a household, not just to raise a child. To run a household it takes a village. Yeah. So I need to figure out what my February goals are, you guys. What are my February goals? How many whatnots should I have? I need to have at least one a week. Currently, like I need to have a women's clothing one. I need to have a Barbie one. Maybe I should just write that down. Okay, women's clothing. Instead of saying one a week, let's write down the ones I know that I need to have. And then I won't feel pressure like that they need to be specific days. I will just know that sometime in the month of February, I need to have these. And it'll be at least 4 of them, which will double last month. I need to have a Barbie whatnot. I need to have a vintage decor whatnot. Okay. And then I need to have a fourth one. The biggest thing for me is to adhere to is strictness with myself to source both high sell-through rate and profit margin over $20. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because even if there's a high sell-through rate and it's like a $2 profit, I mean, I guess that adds up, but only if you can access those items in bulk, They took away all the games? Oh, I don't think maybe I did play the Mad Libs once. There's no games on there anymore, Matt? That really stinks. I guess it's been a while. Death pile goals, organize the garage, sort inventory, count inventory. Whew, that's going to be a big one. I can't wait to see what your final numbers are on that, on what your count comes out to be. Yeah, what other, if I'm not training for the ultra marathon, guys, like I hate to be like, if I'm not training, what am I doing with my life? But what the heck is my fitness goal going to be this month? Maybe I should write down oh my gosh, like, okay, is this smart or is this like, oh, you're so lame? What if I wrote down the goal to rehab my leg? And then I like really put the focus on that instead of work out 5 times a week or something that could actually hinder what I'm trying to do. What if I said the goal is to rehab my leg? I think I'm liking this. Rehab my leg. Packing $8 profit items to ship takes as long as packing $20 minimum. Yes, that's true. It does. And listing them takes the same amount of time as well. Please advise on whatnot, how to choose clothing items by size, style, designer. Not sure how to structure a show. So I've even seen, Kelly, I've even seen some people structure their show by size. I don't know. Did you say size? Oh, you did. Plus size show. That's a great show to run. Obviously, plus size used clothing or brand new clothing really sells. So I've seen a lot of people do that. And then if you're gonna do designer, I feel like that would only work if you were offering luxury items, or if you were doing like all Lululemon or all Halara or something like that. And even then, I feel like it would be better to do like an athleisure show or a junior show. So honestly, you could do a lot of different. If you did by size, the only size that I would really say, like first of all, structure it by gender. You don't necessarily want to have men's and women's clothes mixed together. Women's contemporary is a category. Like streetwear is a category. Those are also styles. By size, the only size I would pull out and do on its own is plus size women's clothing. I would do that as its own show. And I think Mary did a show like that and had great success. Chime in, Mary, if you did. Designer only if it's luxury. Style, I mean, potentially. Women's contemporary is a category though, and that's pretty good. I feel like some things are just a hard sell. You know, a dress is a hard sell. It's a hard sell. A skirt is a hard sell on eBay. It's still hard on whatnot. Some things are just harder to sell. I don't know. Thanks, guys. Do you like my idea that rehab my leg is yes, rehab that leg. That'll take the pressure off of you. Literally the pressure. Like my knee hurts, you guys. Here is a bolo for people. I found some stainless steel spood flatware. I spoon and decided to look it up like I do everything. Just listed 6 soup spoons used and they already sold for $200 for 6 spoons. So $30 a spoon. Holy cow. Spood is the brand. Is that right? That's awesome. Okay, look that one up. And it was, yeah, stainless steel. So it's not like it was like a precious metal or something, guys. It was stainless steel. That's nuts. Wow. Ooh, did I miss an update on your leg? It like the 20-mile run while we were in the 20-mile run, Terry, but not the next day. My ambitions for Spode. Okay, that's how I was like, maybe that's okay, Spode. Maybe my ambitions, Terry, for 24-hour 100-mile. I'm gonna have to push that 100-mile back this year. Still looking for a race this year, but it will not be the March 15th race. I have to fix my leg first. Mary says plus size shows are my niche, my new niche on whatnot. How good are they? Holy smokes, that rocks. Spode. I want to try on outfit show. So I feel like if you did like leggings and a form-fitting tank top, you could try on all the clothes and it would be so good. Didn't know they put their name on flatware. We're all learning here. Yes, I went for an hour and did almost $200 in sales of plus size women's clothing. Wow, that is amazing. I like your hashtag, Chrissy. I've hesitated to get into clothes. I'll tell you, it's the hardest thing for me to sell and whatnot, but it was also some of my absolute most fun shows. Even if I felt like people weren't buying as much, I just love fashion and I love to sit there and talk about the, brocade fabric or I don't know, the pleated, I just love like even the terms in fashion. I enjoyed that. So if you enjoy fashion, I would encourage it. Wow, Mary, that's great. I did well with wood handle flatware, not quite that well, but 4 spoons for $80. Wow. Wow. This is another good brand. Takahashi? Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. I'll be having more pop-up whatnots for my when my office is getting done. Thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know how hard it is for me to say. I probably drug it out for like half an hour earlier, telling everybody here about it. So I tried to give you the clip notes so they didn't have to listen to it. Spode flatware. Spone, no, folk. Nice. Okay, so that's my fitness goal. Oh, guys, I wanted to read through and study in depth the book of Mark. I wrote it down for a 2024 goal. And it was definitely a January goal. And I read through the book. I found a copy of the Gospel of Mark that had a journal page to mirror every scripture page. So it would be like the Bible and then a journal page. And so I could literally just like pray that God would, reveal to me what he wanted me to know in this. And as I'm reading it, I'm like writing down notes here. So it's going to be really interesting. I love always to go back and read the notes that I wrote in my Bible because I'm like, I don't think I wrote that. But I read through the book of Mark. So what should like the goal be in the word throughout the month of February? Maybe I should ask God that. What is it that he wants me to read, right? Did your office get a new paint job? No. The office did not get redecorated. It did get decluttered, quite a bit decluttered. I cleaned out even the entire office. Partly because, or even the entire closet, partly because Della sold those 3 vacuums, which was amazing. So it got decluttered. Half of this got done. It did not get redecorated yet. I know, I'm kind of sad about that one. Definitely a dad joke. Yeah, Axe. Axe is great. I once went through and wrote out all of the verbs that were in the book of Acts. That's what I felt led to do. Acts is a great follow-up to Mark. I can see that. Yeah, so I don't know. I need to set a goal in that regard for this month. What about for family? February and family. Oh, things I have coming up, guys, is Israel's Valentine's Day party is next week. So we'll be planning that. I've got a fun little craft that we actually kind of came up with by chance here at the house the other day. He dug out some Google eyes and we had these little puff balls, and I was trying to cut out feet for them so we could glue the puff balls onto the feet and then put the Google eyes. And when I cut out the feet, I was like, these are practically the shape of a heart. So I think we could do that for your class for for the Valentine's Day party. So we're going to do that and probably have some snacks and stuff. And Drew is always saying the kids just want to sit and talk to each other. So don't overbook the schedule for the parties. So I was working on chronological New Testament and need to keep going. Have any of you guys ever read, like, obviously the Bible's available in 7 million translations, but it's kind of a translation, I guess. It's called The Story, and it's like a chapter book. It's like it's a novel. And so there's no separation of chapter and verse. It is the Bible written as a story as it happened. So it's chronological, like what you're talking about, Christy, but it's called The Story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. I own that. And it did catch my eye the other day, and I was like, maybe I should start working my way through The Story as a translation. That might be pretty interesting. I'm studying David right now. Nice. I miss those parties so much when you were little. Aw. Mom always helped with the parties, or she was always at the parties. Like, I want Israel to remember us being at the parties. Drew was editing a video for his channel earlier. I said, do you want to come to the book fair with us? We'd already been up there working all day. And I said, do you want to come to the book fair with us? I'm just going to run Israel up there before it actually starts and grab a book. He said, do you want me to go? I was like, you better ask Israel if he wants you to go. And he said, Israel, do you want me to go to your book fair? He goes, yes. So I was like, well, gave your answer right there, because I don't think he cared whether or not. But, sometimes it's not a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to the person you're showing up for. So our next social skills is Valentine's theme. They all bring something to share. Oh, we're meeting at a local bar. It's a blast. That sounds like a good time. We're making a Minecraft themed Valentine's box. He wants it to be, first he said a creeper, but when we were on Pinterest looking at Valentine's Day boxes, he saw an Enderman. So we're going to make an Enderman shaped Valentine's Day box with a little square heart. Yes, I love it. The Valentine's Day party, Marcia, or the story? I made it, Flipper friends, and right when I'm hearing books. What is up? Bell Resells is here, you guys. Family goals. We're implementing family dinner on Sundays. Ooh, I love that. Family rules, too. Should tell everyone they are all adults. Yes, they are. The group that Chrissy's talking about with they're adult children. Adult kids? What? I guess you have to say adult children. They're not children, but they're their children. Liberty wants a T-Swift box. Do you guys know what I saw today? A Taylor Swift little golden book. I was like, who gets their own little golden book? And then I turned it on the back and there's a Dolly Parton one, a Bob Ross one, a Willie Nelson, Betty White, Lucille Ball, and then who was the other? There was like two other ones. Little golden book, but they have a Taylor Swift one. As a former Bible professor, I discourage reading Bible paraphrases that are not formal equivalent translations. It is important to avoid the biases of paraphrase translations. I mean, I guess it depends on whether or not you've read the word. Like that's kind of like if you read a children's Bible to your kid, it's good to back it up with scripture. I feel like if you've read the book of Mark, if you've read the Bible, then there's nothing wrong with reading a Bible story. Like my own personal conviction. I and especially if I would never want to discourage someone like if that's I don't want to say if that's like the only way that you're going to read it. I just want people to know God. Like that's the most important thing. You need to read the word because it's your double-edged sword, you know. But you know, that's kind of like don't that's it would almost be the equivalent of saying like don't watch movies that are about the word because they're not somebody reading the scripture. You know what I mean? Like unless it's in Hebrew, they're all translations, right? I made my son a Minecraft cake 1 year to look like a cake in the game. It was easy and so cool. That did you use a lot of fondant? Oh, so you have read it, Marcia? Yeah, I really think it looks interesting. I guess I'm throwing out my Gen Z. That was so like the Gen Z translations that they have. Did you buy that one, Mary? Did you actually buy it? I sent my son those reels. What kind of oh yeah. On a personal note, I want to reclaim my Sabbath. That is beautiful. Been working 7 days a week most weeks for the last 5 years. Shouldn't have been like that for so long. That is so much, Will. Yeah. Like if God needed to rest, we do too, right? I know that's like so cliche to say, but he gave us rest. You think about that? Like we don't have to at the end of the day lay down and close our eyes and become unconscious for 6, 7, 8 hours. Like that doesn't have to happen. Uh, rejuvenation doesn't have to happen the way it does, but he gave us that. What a gift. What a gift. Really? On the little golden book ones? Oprah, Michelle Obama, and Betty White. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Psalms. Yeah, that's just beautiful. Psalms. The Prince of Egypt is free on YouTube right now. Really? Oh, I haven't seen that. I have not seen it. Huh. It was like white icing, but I used fruit roll-ups for the red squares. That is so fun. Mary, make a t-shirt that says that. Yeah. Yeah, just, with anything for sure in between names, like the biggest thing you can put on and the biggest like way that you could ever translate the word, especially because I don't want to discourage anyone from reading the word. And the translation that speaks to you doesn't speak to everybody, all right? The biggest thing you could do is before you read the word, say, God, show me what you want me to know here. Like that the Holy Spirit would be your translator. And the word says that even if it doesn't make sense to you in the moment, that he will pull that out of you at an appointed time, that the word will flow out of you like living water. And I've had that happen in my own life where I needed to speak to someone about something in scripture I didn't even know I had embedded in my heart, that God had embedded in my heart. Like it just pours out of you like living water. And you're just like, I read that and it didn't even make sense to me when I was reading it. So yeah, read it, saturate yourself in it. As much secular junk that we pour into our lives. And I don't ever hear anyone saying, not to watch or not to listen to, some of those things. Like as much of that as we pour in our lives, like anything I could pour in that's a positive influence. Like I prefer Christian music over secular music, and not all the Christian music is even like talking about God. Like it'll be a Christian artist and then they just talk about like love or something. Like I don't want to not listen to that, I don't want to not listen to what am I gonna replace that with? Like Cardi B? That's not gonna happen. No offense, but I don't know. I just want the things in my life to be positive things. You know what I mean? Like we were children's pastors for over a decade. And one of the biggest things I would tell the kids is, so you have a garbage can, garbage bag, and you just keep pouring garbage in, or you just keep putting all this garbage in there, garbage, and the bag is going to explode if you don't stop. Finally, it explodes, and out comes the candy. Like, that doesn't make any logical sense. That's not what you put in. So, like, what are you putting in? What are you feeding your mind? What are you feeding your body? Like, what are you listening to day in and day out? And when your kids are around and that's the music that you're playing, like, what are you feeding your family? And I don't mean physical. Man doesn't eat by bread alone, right? I don't mean like, what are you feeding them? I mean, is it garbage? Because that's what's going to come out. That's what's, I don't know. I think that's really important to be mindful of the things that you put in and that they're positive and uplifting. And the only Bible I can get my kids to read is the Message. Yeah, I enjoy the Message. I do. Sometimes if I need like a deeper translation or I'm just really not getting it, the Message is one that I will pull out. I prefer NIV, but uh, I signed up for a Bible study fellowship to really stretch my relationship with God this year. Biggest sacrifice is giving up my Thursday morning sourcing. I told God that it better be worth it. I bet you did, Jen. That's cool. Bible study fellowship. So it's a Thursday thing in your area. That's awesome. Lots of cha-ching king and cocoa and chewy. That's what you're feeding your mind. Well, that's what'll pour out. And it's just the same in your business. Like, if what you're feeding yourself is like eBay stinks and sales are awful and thrift stores are overpriced and blah 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 blah, and that's like all that you're digesting on social media, and those are the people you're watching on YouTube, and yeah, that's what's going to come out in your work. And if you're surrounding yourself with people who are like, I made it work, like it wasn't going to work but I made it work, and then I sold this and this was broken but I sold it, and you can do that too. And I don't know. That's what I wanted. That's what I want in my life. More of that. I have King James, the New King James, NIV, the Living Bible. When I don't understand something from one, I read the others. Yes, and then so I have like U version on my phone, so you literally have every translation right there, and that's really cool. I heard that VeggieTales stopped doing Christian stories. Is that true? I didn't think VeggieTales was still around, Cheryl. I mean, we have all the old ones. You want me to sing some of their songs? I'm just kidding. Chrissy's got to do more shorts. Chrissy, are you going to do more shorts in the month of February? Who has YouTube goals in February, and what are they? You're right, Mary. Yeah, you're right. Understanding the time and what something meant in the time means a lot, but that also requires a lot of study. And love hearing this and all the chat. Thank you. It's just so cool that like 60 of us in here want to talk about the word in our business. I One of the biggest things, I'll just tell you guys, one of the biggest things that God was like impressing on me in the month of January is that he is exactly who he says he is. There's a lot of people in my life, I feel like, and always been a lot of people in my life that you have to wonder exactly who someone is. Like, are you guys with me on that? Like, you have to wonder, why are they one way in front of me and they're a different way in front of someone else? And then they like sometimes a wolf in sheep's clothing, and then sometimes just like double-minded, or just not presenting themselves to you as they truly are. And God is never that way. And that was what was that was impressed on my heart, is that I'm so thankful that God is exactly who he says he is. Now, I never have to second guess him. I can take him at his word. I know exactly who he is. He tells me who he is. And if he was my provider one day, in my need, he's still my provider in my overflow. If he was my healer when I was sick, he's still my healer when I'm well. Like, he always is everything. And I don't know, that's just like, that's the biggest thing that he was impressing on me reading through the book of Mark. I loved it. And hopefully you guys someone got something out of that. It was supposed to be in January, but didn't happen. So I need at least one in February for YouTube. Yeah, better have at least one. Oh, wait a minute. Chrissy gained 5 subs tonight and she's having a party when she hits 200 subs. Somebody drop Chrissy's YouTube. Chrissy, drop your own YouTube. Love says he sent his son and his son could be our hero. Absolutely. Uh, Dad says, I never thought about that. I guess I just took it for granted. God is always God, the same now as before. Yeah. And even like in just the ways that I saw him working, like I woke up and I was praising God for this like abundance in my life. And then I saw somebody who needed something so simple. And I was like, sorry for the brightness there, guys. I was like, wow, he is my God in this abundance, deserving of praise, and he is still their God in their need right now, deserving of praise. He's just that. I heard if you like to talk to tomatoes in there earlier. News to me, not having a party. It's a lip, it's a lip, it's a lip, lip, lip. Where's my hairbrush? Do you have a favorite Bible plan on YouVersion? No, and I don't typically read out of there. I just really love a tangible Bible. And like, I'll show you guys what my Bible looks like sometime if you want to see. Drew bought me a Bible several years ago now, probably 10 years ago for Valentine's Day. And that's the one I've used ever since then. And it's just full of highlighter and notes. There's something about holding that in my hand. Um, I like the NIV translation, but not necessarily a favorite plan. It's interesting though. Like I used to listen to it on YouVersion when I would get ready in the mornings, and I enjoyed that on YouVersion. But I'm always down to have a glass of champagne with you guys. Well, Chrissy, since I'm no longer training for my ultra marathon, Rachel's preaching. Meanwhile, I got 200 silly songs stuck in my head. Silly songs with Mary. Only true VeggieTales fans got that one. Oh, Mary, I was wondering if you were going down a rabbit hole. I can totally relate. My favorite silly song is Song of the Cebu or you ooh in a sport utility vehicle. I like that one too. Silly songs with Mary. Did you like that? Who here has sold VeggieTale stuff over on eBay? I've sold plush. I have sold some DVDs. I sold some DVDs on Whatnot too. Um, I think I even sold a book, a VeggieTales book. And oh, I sold a Noah's Ark. Israel got it for Christmas one year. Either my mom and dad or my sister. I think my sister got him that one, and they found it at like Ollie's. And if you don't know, like VeggieTales toys are really hard to find. So those I was able to sell those on eBay for like $30 or something. Loved the French peas. My confirmation Bible went overboard from the church camp canoe. Oh no, that's such a bummer. I was looking for my tape measure one day and said out loud, "Oh, where is my tape measure?" And then hours ago, I was still singing. Yeah, those songs are just. I feel like the VeggieTale songs and the Wiggle songs. We rarely make pasta at my house that we don't say. I'm the master pasta maker from Italy. If you guys had children that listened to the Wiggles, then I know you know what that's about. Used to watch VeggieTales on VHS. Yeah, I don't like. I never watched it as a kid, but my kids watched it, and it's fun. My youngest daughter is 30, and I still remember all of those songs. Yeah, they're good. We when we took our Route 66 trip, we listened to so many of Silly Songs with Larry. And then we would listen to the bad lip reading songs. We listened to a lot of those too. Yeah. Good stuff. The ones with Yoda, the Star Wars bad lip reading songs. Back in the day I worked for a family Christian store and people went crazy whenever anything VeggieTales was released. Crazy wait lists. Yeah. They never watched VeggieTales, but you did. Saw a TikTok with a guy rapping the VeggieTales theme. Matt, since I'm on TikTok now, send it to me if you ever see it again. Oh wow, 4.99 super chat, you guys. You are so sweet. Thank you all. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to like 601 Roliz 3 and P. Thank you so much. Drew can have a coffee now too. We listened to Rafi in the car or Lori Bertner Band. I need to look up both of these and become familiar. Need to look up both of those for sure. I loved going to Family Christian Store, was bummed when they closed them all down. The closest one here was like an hour away, but it was always fun to go in there. Like, that's a big store. That was a big place. And I was like, that log had a child. Did you like how I read that, Mary? I didn't miss a beat for you. I saw a log and there was a little stick. Yes, that bad lip reading, Star Wars stuff. If that comes on in the car, forget about it. That's good. That's good. We used to listen to Disney Channel, so it was a lot of Disney Bob. Oh, Disney Pop, Disney Pop. I used to also go to Lifeway. Maybe Lifeway is the one I'm thinking of before they closed them as well. Now I just have Mardell. Hope they don't close them down. I've never heard of that one. I know all the silly songs. New with tags VeggieTales plush is a bolo in eBay, by the way. I bet that the plush for sure. I had a what was Larry the superhero? What was his superhero name? Larry's. Somebody's gonna say it. Anyway, I had that plush and it used to make noise whenever he would hit things. He would like say stuff. He was one of those plush that you like smash into things. Um, it wasn't Larry Boy, right? Maybe it is Larry Boy. Is that what I'm thinking of? Was that the superhero name that he had? Anyway, and it didn't even work anymore, and I sold that thing on eBay. Phineas and Ferb songs are a part of our family too. So the Phineas and Ferb theme song, if you listen to the full version of it by Bowling for Soup, like the best day ever, I love that song. It is so good. It's a regular occurrence in our car, Matt. We like it too. Yeah, we like it too. We have Mardel's. Yeah, I've just never heard of that. Kids Bop CDs too. Kids Bop. Now that's what I call music. Larry Boy. Okay, it was Larry Boy. It was funny hearing the edited lyrics to pop songs on Kids Bop. Oh man, I worked at a diner once. It was like this 24-hour diner, and I worked the late shift, like 10 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning, waiting tables. And we had a jukebox in there. So I would take money. I probably spent so much of my tips in there just trying to change the music because there was a jukebox. Other than that, it was whatever. It was like XM radio or something, and it was on like 50s all the time. So yeah, I would play the jukebox in there. That reminded me of that for some reason. February goals, be more silly. Yeah, put together a Lego set, Mary. The Larry Boy plush that takes batteries is the Bolo. I wonder if that's the one I had. I don't know. It was he's just a little cucumber, and he had like plungers, on the side of his ears. Yeah, I sold one, but he didn't work, and maybe it wasn't the same one because like this one you couldn't change his batteries. I know he takes batteries, but you couldn't change them. To all of you who know the Veggie Tales stuck in your head, sorry I mentioned them. No, we're clearly not sorry you mentioned them. We're all singing them. Yeah, it's Cheryl's fault. Otherwise, the Veggie Tales plush should be new with tags. Nice. Yeah. What there was another brand that of course the Octonauts. That's a kid's brand that's kind of a bolo because it's harder to find. And then a lot of the toys like Bluey and Peppa Pig and any of like the TV shows, especially Bluey, I feel like those are harder to find. Everyone's favorite was Larry, but mine was Bob. It was cute when he had got mad when Gertie sang the Bible verse wrong. It's a good show. Who's gonna go watch Veggie Tales after this is over with? And I like the movies, the VeggieTale movies. Did you guys see those? They were like more recent. They had a Sherlock Holmes one, and I don't know. They always had like good messages and still scripture worked into them, but they were a lot of fun. And there was like the pirates that don't do anything. What else did they have? Um, the one with the chocolate bunny, the bunny, the bunny. I love the bunny. Where they were telling the story about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but with a chocolate Easter bunny. Backyardigans. Yes, we had lots of Backyardigans toys here. That was Della's generation. He's 17 now. And Backyardigans was so big then. Your backyard friends. Someone's gonna take this video and like just copy and paste me singing all these different things into some completely different song. Favorite Christian artist. I love and always will love Lauren Daigle. I think she has an amazing voice. I love Hezekiah Walker. Hezekiah Walker, Every Praise gets played 73 times a week on my Spotify. I'll just tell my car at this point, play Hezekiah Walker, and they play Every Praise immediately. I don't know. I like so many Christian artists. I like NF. I like KJ52. I like a lot of Christian rap. Thanks for the idea, Rach. I wish you would marry. Yes, Christy about 17. But who are some of your favorites? Larry Boy and the Larry Mobile, not the plush, was best offer on $200 on eBay. Wow, I wonder what they sold for. Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard. Have I heard of Fred Hammond? What does Fred Hammond sing? Because sometimes I like certain songs and I don't know who they're by. So hang on, let me look up Fred Hammond songs. No Weapon. Oh, I have heard that. Spirit of David. I feel like I've heard that. Where the when the spirit of the Lord, let the praise begin. I'm gonna keep this open on my tab so I can look at that. Phil Wickham, obviously, yes. Madame Blueberry, I remember that. Yeah, Toby Mac, definitely quintessential. Casting Crowns, Kane. Kane is really great. Oh, I really love Need to Breathe. We played a lot of Need to Breathe at our wedding, actually. We've played some Francesca Battistelli, and yeah, NF is amazing. Yeah, there's just so many. And it's so interesting to me that it doesn't matter what genre of music you listen to, you can find like a Christian version of that. Like there's Christian country, there's Christian heavy metal, there's like Skillet and Thousand Foot Crutch, and there's rap, there's like so much music that, yeah, you might not even consider. Like Drew was listening to his Christian rap music because that's his favorite genre during a run. And these ladies got upset that he was like blasting this dirty music. He's like, it's Christian music. There's nothing wrong about it. Goodness, I'm stuck in the early 2000s. Thousand Foot Crutch, yeah, I just mentioned them. Sanctus Real, John Rubin, Pax 217X. You never moved on. Five Eyed Frenzy. My wife and daughter absolutely love Phil Wickham. My daughter got to see him recently at Passion Conference. Oh, that'd be cool. Passion Conference. I got to see Mandisa once in concert and really loved her. We saw Jamie Grace. We've seen Colton Dixon, Hawk Nelson a couple times in concert when they were still together. Did see Thousand Foot Crutch once, and they're like upside down drumming and crazy show. Because that was like the Rock Worship Roadshow. Remember when Toby Mac put on the Rock Worship Roadshow? That was good. Need to Breathe was the first song I heard a church sing when I became a believer. Oh, like I wonder like which one, but oh, I just love everything Need to Breathe. Carrie Underwood was a beautiful Christian. Oh, she has a beautiful Christian album. That's awesome. You know who has a great Christian album is Alan Jackson. I sing How Great Thou Art to my youngest son all the time. And we just wanted to hear that song. And it was hard to find just like a basic version. So I asked Spotify to play the like a country version because I was driving, and Alan Jackson came on. I was just like, he has a like a Christmas album that was great, and he has a gospel album that's great. I like Alan Jackson. Lay him down, Need to Breathe, must listen. I will. You got to give U2 a chance if you haven't. Really? That U2 has a song called Yahweh? Really? My 3-year-old granddaughter loves Mercy Me. Happy Dance. Oh, when we were children's pastors, we did lots of dancing to Happy Dance. Mercy Me is awesome. Yeah, Thousand Foot Crutch through an energetic show. They did. We played one of the Christian songs at my mom's funeral. So amazing when music holds such a memory. Aw, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that, guys. Almost all their songs are about Jesus. U2? Really? I didn't know that. I guess that one just flew right over my head, Mary. I'm glad that I know that. I'll definitely give them a listen. I never knew. Oh, Alan Jackson. Oh yeah. It's just he's got a beautiful voice. How Great Thou Art takes me back to growing up in Southern Baptist Church. Me too, and that's probably why I like it. And I would sing it when I was pregnant, and then when Israel was first born, I sang it to him all the time. And I told my husband the other day, I said, one day Israel's going to be a full-grown man sitting in church with his wife. They're going to be like, Debbie has a special to sing, or whoever, I don't know. This lady has a special to sing, and she's going to get up and start singing, oh Lord my God, and they're gonna all of a sudden he's gonna fall asleep because he's been sang to sleep with the song 1,000 times a year since he's a child. I was like, as soon as he hears that song, he's gonna fall asleep. Like it's gonna be ingrained that that's like the bedtime song. Old DC Talk, yeah, old DC Talk. Look on YouTube for Carrie Underwood singing "How Great Thou Art." Yes, Yeah. Or does Martina McBride have a version of that? If she doesn't, then she should because she has an amazing voice. Do you like the Collinsworth family? I'm not familiar. Are they like a family group, family singers? Imagine Dragons? Really? Hmm. I we like Imagine Dragons. I listened to a lot of their music. I didn't realize that it was faith based. I love the beat of a lot of their songs. It's very good. That's what we have to sing at my mom's funeral. She's already requested it. How great thou art. That song's just good for everybody. The kitchen cat is here, you guys. Aw, thanks so much for being here. I've missed your lives. I've missed you. I haven't seen you in forever. So, Kitchen Cat, I'm gonna be live the first Monday night of every month this whole year. And we're talking about goals and stuff. And right now we're actually talking about Christian music. Love Imagine Dragons. Israel loves them a lot too. It's fully pop. Their music isn't Latter-day Saints at all. Okay. Is not a okay. I definitely like the beat. I listened to DC Talk in high school. Yeah, DC Talk, Jesus freak. Oh man, and then like old Newsboys stuff. Like cereal. What's the song about cereal? They don't serve breakfast in hell. That's a song, right? I do love Imagine Dragons. Man, imagine if Imagine Dragons went back to being faith based then. Like they could probably capture so many with that net. The Collinsworth family has amazing family harmony. They're quite well known. I'll have to look them up for sure. Is it like bluegrass style? I really like bluegrass music. Yeah, you know that song, right? I love Amazing Grace metal cover by Dan Bass. Man, you guys have some good recommendations. Hmm. I need some of these recommendations. I've considered opening up on my Instagram and asking if someone would make a playlist, like if anyone who wanted to make a playlist with like these type of songs for running because I get so stuck in listening to the exact same thing every time that I run and I need like some different music to run to. But I'm always worried if my music is going to be the same as someone else's. Corn, definitely not faith based. I think he went back. Let me see. Let me tell you guys what's on like my running playlist. Made for This by Carrollton. Prove It by Crowder and KB. Run Devil Run by Crowder. All Joy No Stress, featuring Tadashi. Like Tadashi is one of the best. I feel like I absolutely love his voice. Shouting Grounds by Crowder. That's a good one. It's Going Down by KJ52. The Saints by Andy Mineo, Trip Lee, and KB. If you haven't heard The Saints, that's such a good one. Nothing I Can't Do by Tadashi Lecrae and Trip Lee. Church Clap, Good God Almighty, Might Get Loud by Elevation Worship. Like, they're great songs. I even have BZRK by Family Force 5, Chainsaw featuring Tadashi. But, like, they after a while you've heard No Chains come on at mile 7 for the third or fourth week in a row. You need some new music. I do like bluegrass. Check out Balsam Range and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. Nice. Okay, I will. Yeah, bluegrass is just such a beautiful sound, I feel like. And I always thought that I got my love of bluegrass from my dad, but I feel like mom and dad told me that he doesn't like bluegrass. Dad, you're here. Chime in. Bluegrass or no? I remember when I was 16, I wanted a bluegrass band to like perform at my 16th birthday party, and we couldn't find anyone that would sing bluegrass. So I actually asked my friends had like a cover band where they did like DC talk music and stuff, and that's who sang at my 16th birthday party. He is, yeah, but I think he returned back to it, Mary. I think he's like back to the same type of music he used to do. Unfortunately, I think, yeah. Polka. I don't, couldn't tell you a single polka song. You do love bluegrass. Okay. All right. Then I did get that from you, Dad. Not ashamed to say I love singing along to the videos poorly, but with great joy. Great joy. That's all you need. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably really raw then, Mary. All right, guys. Well, you got to tell me to wrap it up tonight. Everyone say just one goal, just one for the month of February. When we come back in March, which when's the first? I'll tell you right now, and you can put it on your pretty calendars. when our next live is going to be. It is going to be calendar March the 4th. All right. March 4th, we'll be here at 8 o'clock Central again. And I'm going to be asking you, did you do what these goals are? Did you accomplish this goal? So everyone just name one. You can name one goal, right? I don't have Apple Music. I have Spotify though, Kelly. And I do that on Spotify. I'll request like a certain style. You're going to be out of town. Okay, check in with us. We are doing no spend February. Okay. That's a big goal. All right. Your birthday is the 4th? Beth, happy early birthday. I don't know if you'll be here or not then. It depends on how the rest of the day goes. I can understand if you're too busy to show up. $500 a week from eBay. I love that goal, Mama Hyde. That is awesome. My goal is to get more sleep. Oh, you're like singing to me right now. You're really, yeah, I need to make a goal to get more sleep too. Last week it was like 6 hour a day average, and I don't like that. Organize my storage unit. Love it. Having the guts to do my first Whatnot show. Been buying on there for a year. Okay. The Vineyard Edge, you need to set a show and just try to sell one thing. Just one thing. The stress is off. Okay. Just know I'm going to go in there. I'm going to hang out for an hour, 2 hours. I just want to sell one thing. If that's the goal, you're going to sell one thing. And then the stress is off. Just make that the goal. Then you're going to see how the shipping process and all that works, because doing it is way better than watching a video. And you're going to be like, that was easy. I want to schedule another one now. Can you make it the goal to, like you say, do your first one now, but just try to sell one thing. I'm committed to to listing towards my Q1 end goal and family dinners on Sunday. Nice. Getting my inventory reorganized. Yes. 40 listings a week in February. No sourcing until 40 items listed weekly. I love that. Put more and more jewelry in your booth. Ooh, I like that, Maggie. Not resale related, but I do want to clean and organize my garage. I'm going to check in on you with that one. 500 subs, 3,000 hours. Just have to think of better videos. Guys, Shopping with Cheryl needs subs. I'm headed there right now. Shopping. Whoops. With Cheryl. Let me make double sure that I'm subscribed. Okay, I am subscribed. I am subscribed, but I'm going to turn on bell notifications because you need hours too. So if you guys aren't, if you guys aren't subscribed, hang on, I'll drop her link. Because she wants, oh, she's so close too. She's at 439. Hang on, I'm dropping it in case someone else probably already has by now. All right. No, work on my death pile. Nice. FaceTime me if you need a body double. Inventory is the goal. Goal is to get my yard ready for spring and start my seeds. I have my grandma's irises planted in my front yard. I almost took a picture today to send to my mom. They started coming up. First week of February. That is so early, but they are already coming up. I will have 2 shorts, 4 pop-ups on Whatnot, only listing items that bring me $20 profit and donating the rest. I love that. I like Triply too. Me too. What is up, Kim? How is it going, my friend? Fit Hannah's car in the garage for the first time ever. That's the goal this month. Or you did that. That's awesome. Subbed. Yay. Just don't expect much. Don't talk about yourself like that, Cheryl. Chrissy dropped it too. What's up, Christopher? You're back. J&S resellers. I've managed to accomplish 2 of my lengthy lists just in January. I managed to net as much as I had in the last 3 months of 2023 in 1 month. Wow. The other goal is sourcing goods cheaper. I'm working on number 3 right now. I love those goals. You made in 1 month, you netted as much as you did the entire 4th quarter. Imagine what the rest of the year is going to look like for you. That is amazing. That's the goal. Okay, Will. Goal, read. I buy a ton of books, but I never read them. Take some time to read. Take some time to just sit down and get it done. Guys, the next video I have coming out is, it's a little vloggy style. It's semi what sold, but it is kind of talking about like Whatnot versus eBay, because I hear a lot of that in the community right now. So I put out a little short video about it. Tell me right now, while 52 of you are here, maybe the video will only get 52 views, but would you enjoy a video of thrifted decor? I feel like so many of us kind of thrift the decor in our house, and I want to do like a thrifted living room decor video. Would you watch it? Just yes or no. You're not gonna hurt my feelings if you say no. But would you watch a video like that? Because I want to put out a video like that as well. But I'd like to know. Mary says yes. Thrifted decor in my living room. Yes, I love thrifted decor. I feel like everybody that resells does, like, that's how we all decorate. So I was just like, maybe I could put out a video. That might be fun. Again, now I'm not saying all of you guys. Clearly, there's tons of men in the chat right now, but the majority of my audience is women. We're all into the same stuff. Even my dad says he'd like to watch a video like that. And he knows what my living room looks like. All right, that's cool. Well, none of you guys said no. So if it's a total flop, I'm going to blame it on the people that were in this chat. Just kidding. That video will be coming out soon also then. Christy says, speaking of that, if anyone has a Utah or California collectible plate, hit me up. So a license plate? Oh, wait, a plate. Utah or California? Ooh, I don't. I have Texas and Arizona. I thrifted, and one from Rachel. I need two more. Okay, so she needs Utah and California. Yeah, like the salad plate style state plates, guys. Good night, all. Great show as always. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mimi's Treasures. I appreciate you. I will be on the lookout for Utah and California. That way you'll have your whole collection. Oh yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up the show. Family birthplaces, that's awesome. Oh wait, the third goal is I'm currently on is to fix my inventory process, numeric and bin labeling instead of just box 1, box 2, box 3. And all inventory has serialization now with a much better spreadsheet. Will you come do mine? I'd love to watch it. I really like the vlog you did when you showed your thrifted art that you redid. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I painted a piece for my son for Christmas that was like Star Wars inspired. All right, cool. Well, I'll do more of that. I'll do a video like that, guys. It was a fun show. I appreciate so much like everyone that was here tonight and just the great conversation that we had, iron sharpening iron. Like I feel like we're 50, 60 friends tonight just hanging out. And I love that. And if it's not too much to ask, if you guys want to show up in March on March 4th, we'll do it all over again. Bring your friends, tell them about it. Pull up with 600 of your closest friends because the girl's got to get to 32K. But thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you. God bless you. And remember, y'all can type it out with me. Treat your business like your business. Bye.